Professor Lewin. Why did you decide to write this book?
I decided to write 2119, the year global democracy will be realized, out of a growing unease with the doings of my fellow political scientists in their eagerness to fight in the short run corruption and abuse of power in world politics seem to forget the long-range goal of the global democracy. Mainstream scholars in international politics warn us against the domestic analogy. According to them, democracy is not possible on a global level. The immediate task should be to counter-check corruption. To me, however, this is a question of time horizon, and I rather agree with Zhao Enlai's famous reply when asked about the impact of the French Revolution: it is too early to say. It took 200 years for democracy to be implemented within the nation state, from the democratic theories during Enlightenment to the introduction of universal suffrage at the end of the First War. If we ignore the warnings of the domestic analogy and apply the same time perspective on a global level, taking the Treaty of Versailles as our baseline for calculation, we would expect a democratic world order by 2119, which is the title of my book. This is, of course, an intellectual experience and a provocation. Nobody knows what will happen in 100 years to come. Also, my vision may end up on history's scrap heap. But I would like to stress in the strongest possible way that the process of democratization, both on a domestic and a global level, is a sluggish and protracted process.
What do you hope your readers take away from your book?
First, the lesson, in the words of E.H. Carr, about the impossibility for a political analyst of being a realist. By that he meant, and I agree, that in order to grasp the essence of politics, one must not disregard the utopian aspirations of citizens and politicians. Politics has a finite goal, an emotional appeal, a moral judgment as ground for action. And second, the insight that there is a serious case of concept stretching in the suggestions of the realists or the pragmatists who think that global democracy is impossible and therefore advocate other pragmatic methods, such as pluralistic accountability, output legitimization, external accountability, regulation, deliberation, exit and legal accountability. All these methods are fine and functional in the present political system, but they are not the same as democracy. They do not show us how the citizen can hold their leaders to account and dismiss them if they have lost their trust.
What other research do you believe is needed on this topic?
Well, the democratization of the nation states has been the main trend in the political development during the last 100 years. It has in no way been accomplished in a problem-free fashion. On the contrary, there have been many countercurrents, such as coups, wars, dictatorships. What we need now is a systematic and critical examination of the corresponding development on a global level. How do the political, economic and legal institutions develop in the light of global democracy? Are we approaching the goal? Do we experience goal conflicts? Should certain phases in the process towards global democracy be reconsidered?
Thank you.